Hi, I'm Tim Bowden and I work here at Transderm Cooling Industries, and today I'd like to discuss some key takeaways that we came away with after visiting the Hyvolution show in Paris last week. First of all, it was a fantastic show. It was my first time there. I believe it's been running for 3 years now, but we met some wonderful people, had some fantastic conversations and came away having learned a great deal. So we just wanted to share some of those insights specifically regarding cooling systems for packaged electrolysers and sort of larger hydrogen systems. First of all, one of the key takeaways is that for various reasons that I'm sure we're all aware of, a lot of these projects are going to be coastal. It just kind of makes a lot of sense. So one of the key themes regarding concerns over cooling systems and presumably other pieces of equipment is that they're going to have to be built and designed for a corrosive environment. So either you're close to the sea, so you've got a saline, salty atmosphere that standard materials just aren't going to live up to, or in fact you may well be offshore. So from our point of view, the things that we discussed were that we've been manufacturing heat exchange products for over 40 years now, and they've gone into just about every climate you can imagine. Extreme cold, extreme heat, coastal, offshore, volcanic areas. So we basically have all of those things covered. We have suitable IP ratings. We can modify designs with different materials, even different coatings if required. So if you have any concerns over that, just contact one of our engineers. Probably one of the other major considerations, this was specifically for packaged electrolyser manufacturers, was that speed to market and production capacity is a really, really tricky thing to manage. I think 2023 had a lot of promise, and in terms of raising awareness of the benefits of hydrogen and electrolyser systems, it certainly lived up to that promise. But in terms of dragging projects over the line, I think a lot of them dragged. And a lot of companies were either waiting to see if they should bulk up production. Some already had and maybe weren't able to fill that production facility. But one of the things that seemed to be a real hit from our point of view was the fact that we're unique in terms of manufacturing both air blast coolers and also packaged pump sets, both of which are required for packaged electrolyser systems. So if you are waiting to see what 2024 and 2025 hold in terms of commercialising projects and how your manufacturing is going to look, one of the key things that seemed to be a real benefit was that rather than electrolyser manufacturers designing their own pump skids, that's something that we've been doing for decades, and we have standardised products that can fill that gap. So we take away the design burden, but we also take away the production burden as well. So if that's something that is a concern or may help you, talk to one of our engineers. We'd be very, very pleased to discuss that with you. And I think the final one, where there was a number of concerns, was around the cooling fluid temperatures, coupled with where the equipment is going to go in the world. So is it going to go to a cold environment, in which case can we get away with dry coolers and no evaporative cooling system? Or is it going to go to a hotter climate and then we have concerns over how we're going to manage that and make sure we get the cooling that we need? Well, again, we've got the bases covered there with very, very energy efficient, and in the case of dry coolers for cooler climates, 0 water consumption systems. But also in the case of hotter climates, we have our evaporative adiabatic coolers, which just allow us to pre-cool those hot air temperatures before the air is dragged through our heat exchange coils in order to cool the fluid to the right temperature. We have access to in excess of 8,000 weather stations worth of data from around the world. So there's a very, very good chance we've got weather data that will allow us to predict both energy and, if needed, water consumption. And we can give you that information because at the end of it, this is all about net power outputs, water usage effectiveness, and carbon usage effectiveness. So you're going to want that information so you can put those into your reports and present those to the necessary stakeholders. So again, we can assist with that. And I think finally, regardless of where you are in your journey, whether you are an owner-operator looking to put together big hydrogen projects, whether you are an electrolyser manufacturer at the R&D phase or even at the commercialised phase, and you're putting those electrolysers out into industry, we are able to bring something to that. So we have a lot of experience, as I say, many decades worth of experience in heat exchange products in general, but also more recently tripping over all of the various issues that people in the hydrogen sector are facing and coming up with solutions for that. So we really feel that we can help to speed up your project phase or your R&D phase. And I think even if you have a commercialised project that's already out there with a bottomed out design, we appreciate that it might not be your top priority, but if at any point you're looking for options, ways we can improve designs, ways we can streamline your production and take some of that burden off you and give you single point responsibility, I genuinely think we have something to offer everyone, especially off the back of the show and having all of those meetings. So if you were there and we managed to talk to you, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. If you weren't, we hope some of these takeaways have been of use for you, and we look forward to having conversations with you in the future just to see how we can assist. As I say, I'm Tim Bound at Transderm Cooling. I really appreciate you clicking the link and taking the time to view this video.